In the process still of rebuilding the wedge and the cover and all that for the whole leak issue on the box extension on the remodel. And rates on the toilet, so didn't leave today and may not even be leaving till Monday. On this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and furry studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, so yeah, yesterday, if you had watched my last video, I had said how I did realize when I took down the wedge off the top of the box extension over my, for my remodel, that I needed to lean it in a little bit towards the cab so I can make this gasket stuff work the right way, alright? And I said I'm not going to pull off the rest of that Gorilla Tape that's on the gap. I really don't think that's where it's leaking because, like I said last time, after that rubber stuff peeled off and I still had the wedge up there with the masonite board, it didn't leak inside. So I still think it's somewhere on the bigger part of the box, but anyway, we are taking care of that. Did have to make more adjustments today. I built the skeleton, rebuilt the skeleton of the wedge, and I'll show you some pictures of that. Alright, first shot, there's the overall skeleton that I rebuilt as it leaning against the truck. Here on the bottom, you can kind of see how I tapered it in a little bit. There's a closer shot. And you can see again how now the backboard leans forward towards the cab. There's another shot of the basic skeleton overall, and a real close-up shot of how you can see now it leans back a bit. You can see in those pictures I had to make some adjustments so that it goes straight up and then starts to lean in for the two bigger, what were kind of triangles, and now they stick down a little bit more. As I was talking to John Holgren earlier, and he said I don't even know what to call that shape now because it's kind of a triangle, but it's got a bigger bottom on it. Anyway, and so I had to have the board sloped, and I used the original board that I used from the original wedge. And thank God I pulled the thing up there. I didn't have any help from my sons or anything today. They both got their wisdom teeth out today, both this morning. So they were a little, they gas you now when they do that. When I got mine out, they didn't gas me. I just got the local, and for my wisdom teeth, they had to shatter the bottom ones and pull them out little tiny pieces. And then I drove myself home that day, which you're not even allowed to do anymore if you get your wisdom teeth out. But this was another time, baby, another time. Anyway, so yeah, they were both gassy and doped up and kind of funny. I had to hold my younger son, Ben, and guide him into the house because he was weaving all over the place. But yeah, they gas you now for that. Anyway, so I couldn't count on them, but I did manage to climb up there and pulled the wedge up there myself, the frame. And I wanted to make sure it was going to fit right this time. Because last time it was a little too snug. It really didn't want to fit down over there. And it's just like a little over a quarter of an inch, literally actually, as we found out, 3/8 of an inch too narrow at the back, right where it meets the cab. So I got John Holgren on the phone. I'm saying, all right, here's what I got to do. I got to change this. What do you think? So we talked back and forth, and I convinced him, look, I think the best thing to do is I just got to get a bigger board for that back board that leans against the cab, and I'll cut it just 3/8 of an inch wider, which is all it ended up taking. So I had to run over to Menards, get another board, and then cut it 3/8 of an inch wider. I put that as the backboard now, and then I hauled it back up there. My wife was able to help me at this point to get it back up there, and it does fit snugly, but it does fit perfectly. I wanted to check that again before I put on the sloped board and covered it all in diamond plate, because if I had done that first, baby, would have been a big mistake. I would have had to tear it all back off and start over again. So luckily I thought to check, and all it took was a $12 board to replace it and put everything back together. Then of course now I was running out of daylight, and all my wife and I had a chance to do was get the sloped board then cut. I laid that down on the driveway, put the skeleton frame over it, traced it out exactly, cut it with a circular saw, and we managed to get that all screwed down. I've got a picture of it leaning up in the garage. But like I said, we ran out of light at that point. So it's supposed to rain tomorrow afternoon, so hopefully tomorrow morning I can get this finished. I'm going to get the diamond plate on it. We're going to put this gasket on, that backboard that goes against the cab. Like I say, it fits snugly, but not too snugly, and fits just perfectly. The sides come down farther this time, so I'm going to be able to anchor it better against the box. And hopefully I can get all that done before the rain comes. Then I'm going to use the marine sealant for that underside on each side, and this will make more sense once I get to that point, and I'll show you a video of that. But for right now, without the truck moving, I don't have to worry about that, because that'll only occur when I'm driving down the road and wind might be pushing water back up the sides, which will want to come up over the top. So the marine sealant won't come into place until the truck is moving again. And that's the other thing is the rates are so bad right now, I don't know when the truck is going to be moving again. The problem is where I live. Living in Cheyenne, Wyoming, I love living here. We're just 7 miles north of the Colorado border. So pretty much the most major city we got to deal with is the Denver area. Problem is, a lot of stuff comes to Denver, but not much comes out. So therefore, the rates have always been bad coming out of Denver because there's too many trucks sitting there trying to get back out. And so I've always said, even back when I worked for Turquoise Trucking, that I always had to take it in the shorts to get home and take it in the shorts to get back out. Now, except for that last load I did for Turquoise, I didn't take it in the shorts to get home. That actually paid over $3 a mile, but that was rare. And since I've been working for Whitestone's Logistics, I've actually done very well coming home. It's just getting back out is always the problem. Last time we got out for just under $2 a mile, and it was not too long a drive, and then we got a better load, and the hazmat one, I think, that paid well after that, so it all worked out. Problem is, right now, the rates are even worse than they have been over the last 2 months. They are terrible right now. I'll give you an example. I was looking up some stuff, even just a short hop from Denver to Omaha, 551 miles. It's 100 miles for me to go down to get it, so now you got to add 600, bring it to 651 miles. They're willing to pay $350 for that. That's less than 50 cents a mile. It costs about $1.10 a mile in fuel to run the truck. What morons are taking these loads? That's the problem. I mean, the brokers are now, of course, claiming record profits. Well, funny thing, because the drivers are getting screwed. We're not making crap. But, you know, there's still these moron drivers out there taking these loads. If there weren't, the rates wouldn't be this bad. Somebody who takes that load for 45 cents a mile, I would love to meet them in a dark alley with a red-hot poker and do terrible things to them anally. Okay, maybe that's a bit extreme. All right, I'm sorry. But the fact is, there are morons out there who are bad at math, obviously, taking these loads that don't pay even to run their truck. And so rates are continuing to be bad. And the whole point, you know, Mark always makes with Whitestone's Logistics is there's no point in moving the truck just to move the truck. And I do agree with that. Unfortunately, this week I've got, because of the way the fuel falls, I'm now in the hole $1,500, and insurance is due on this next check. So that part I don't like. I wish I could get a load maybe over the weekend to at least offset that, but I'm not sure that's even going to happen. As he always says, you know, it's better to sit. And of course, I'm home. If I'm going to sit anywhere, it would certainly be better to sit here at home and not lose money by running the truck than sitting in Short Hairs, New Jersey, or, you know, Big Thighs, New York or something for days on end because you're stuck and you don't have a load. At least I'm at home, which, you know, could be a hell of a lot worse. But we're not going to run cheap. We're just not. And people keep doing that, and I had to do it a few times with Turquoise, and if you watch my older videos, boy, did it piss me off. And I complained about it. People say, well, you can keep complaining about it, so why are you doing it? Well, a lot of times it really wasn't up to me. This time it is completely up to me, and I'm not running that cheap. So, you know, I signed up for the DAT board, the DAT board, so I could really see more stuff today, and there's just nothing out there. And I called on a few loads. I called the same people I did the load for with the pack rat stuff. Those pod things, those moving pods that went to Aurora, Colorado. They had a load going out of Aurora, picking up tomorrow, the 30th, that was going to had another pickup in Louisville, Kentucky, then a drop in Cincinnati, and another drop in Plymouth, Michigan, where I'd picked up before, but it was only paying like $2,500, and it's like 1,500 miles. And no, that needs to pay $3,000 or more. You know, because I got to pay for the truck for it to run, the maintenance, the insurance, everything else, and then try to make some money for me and the family. And I can't do that at $1.40 a mile. That just runs the truck, and maybe part of the insurance. That's about it. that doesn't give me any money to take home. Again, I keep always saying, would you work for free at your job? I'm not going to work for free. So I'm going to try again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get all this done tomorrow, and maybe I can be picking up something on Saturday or Sunday towards the end of the week if loads aren't getting covered. Maybe I'll have a chance to ask for some more scratch and maybe make one work to get moving again. But if not, well, then we're waiting until Monday. If I have to sit somewhere and not make any money, I'd certainly rather do it here than Short Hairs, New Jersey. What do you think? So what it comes down to is, if I do have to sit here all weekend, that's fine. I've got plenty to do. I still haven't gotten to the air-to-air boots on the truck that I need to replace. I still haven't gotten the fuel filter I need to change out on the APU. I still haven't gotten that rear air blower situation figured out. The annoying part is, a week or so ago when I added water to my fresh fuel tank, all of a sudden that stuff started working again. Then I got home and it quit. Just yesterday I had pulled my work bag out to start working on the wedge and stuff, and all of a sudden the rear air started working again. So it's proven to me that there's some short in the wiring going to that rear air system, either in one of the little plugs or a wire itself or something. It's something else I can spend time working on and figuring out while I'm home. There's always something to be done on these trucks. Not to mention it's supposed to rain all weekend long, so if I can get the roof thing done, the gasket in there, and get it all sealed up, it's supposed to rain all weekend. That'll be a pretty good test to see if the thing is waterproof or not. And if it does rain a lot, I'll get out there and drive and see if any water comes in. Let's really test it. If we don't have enough rain, I'll throw a damn sprinkler up there and just douse the roof and see if anything comes in. It'll give me more time to actually test that. So I'll take advantage of my time. I always say when I'm out on the road, if I have time, I try to fix a few things here and there. When I'm home, I can do even more. So I'm going to take advantage of that time and try to fix things. There's no point in moving the truck if it's going to cost me money. No point at all in doing that. And there's certainly no point in moving the truck just to move it if I don't make any money. So we'll have to see what comes Monday. But as the way things are looking right now, here it is, late Thursday night, I may be sitting here until Monday, and who knows, maybe even longer if we can't find anything that pays well, because I'm not going to run for free anymore. I did that too many times with Turquoise, and it pissed me off too much that I swear I'm not going to do that anymore. I got to make something. And, maybe I can't make what I want to make, but I'm not driving for free. I noticed there are some loads still going down to Florida that are paying okay, but loads going down to Florida always pay okay because you can't get anything getting out. It's like living right here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. It's a tough place to get out of. A lot of stuff goes to Florida, but not a lot comes out. And especially right now with Ian wiping out Fort Myers, Florida, and in the middle of the area, they got issues. Yeah, do you really want to go down there right now? No. And of course now it's supposed to make landfall again in South Carolina, North Carolina area. So you guys batten everything down, and if you can get away. I know Connie, who always comments on my videos, and she loves Rusty a lot. And of course Rusty was in the beginning, he'll be in the end. She lives in Florida, and she got out just before Ian hit, so glad you got out there, Connie. And John Hallgren, half the year lives down in Florida, and right now he's still up in Cape Cod buttoning up his cottages and stuff. And he did find out that his house was spared, and so he'll have something to go back to. All right, so just a little update on what I'm doing with the remodel, trying to fix the remodel with the wedge and the whole stuff, and we'll have some more video next time. Probably within another day or two, we'll have an update on that. Hopefully I'll be able to show everything being done, and maybe even the fact that it works, hopefully. We'll see. So, and again, a quick little lesson on, I'm not running for free, and I'm not doing that anymore. I had to do that too many times with Turquoise, and it pissed me off. So I'm not doing it. So, who knows? I know there's plenty of jobs out there. If I can't move the truck and make money, I'll find a job locally, baby. And I'll just, do what I gotta do. But I'm sure we can get out eventually. It's just finding the right one. And I got my hazmat, remember? So if I can find a good hazmat... There was a good paying hazmat load. Or, potentially good. That picked up here in Cheyenne and went to Michigan. But I tried calling on those guys today, and they never answered the phone. So chances are it wasn't even a real load. But, you know, we can wait for a good load. I'd rather wait for a good load to get paid than drive the truck for free. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Yeah, just a little quick update here on what's been going on with trying to finally tackle the whole leak issue by rebuilding the wedge and doing it right this time and everything. And yeah, loads right now are paying terrible. So we may be home all weekend. Who knows? You know, could be a lot worse places, right, Rusty? Yeah, there you go. Please subscribe. Please like and comment. I get to your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a day or two because I'm a working truck driver. There's Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter, usually Rusty stuff there. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Hey, you guys haven't seen Bug, have you? You know, a real hip guy, Bug, you know? Hey, what is that, the Grassroots? I'm just kidding. I know my music. Here's and there it goes. Oh, did you get it? Oh, he's all over it. Wait, did you find it? Uh-oh. Might be where you can't get to it. Hang on. I'll help you. Did you? Oh, I'll get it. There it is. Well, it's a rarity. Get someplace where Rusty can't get to it with his schnoz. All right, yeah, they're just little pieces today, so we're giving you 3 of them. Oh, yes, happy dog, happy dog. And there's the last one. Oh, yes. Alrighty, happy dog look.